we have a special surprise tonight. 2 years ago, we started a partnership with Monroe Community College Foundation to provide a scholarship to MCC for a youth. Gretchen Wood from MCC was unable to be here tonight, but asked me to share that they're thrilled once again to give to the Villa a scholarship in the amount of $2,500 to a graduate who's interested in continuing their education at MCC. Like Villa of Hope, MCC is committed to helping people reach their full potential. This is a natural partnership for us. We've been very grateful to MCC, and we're really proud and continue to look forward to seeing our scholarship recipient on campus. So we think you would all agree that this well-deserved award for a scholarship to a young woman who wishes to pursue her career in human services. We're just fortunate enough tonight that our guest speaker is already attending MCC, and she is now sitting right next to me, and this scholarship goes to Lexi Marathe. So, you're already on campus and learning your little way around, haven't you, Ben? Yes, she has. So, congratulations to you. I am happy to say that I am on the front end of their little speech today, because last week I was on the back end of it, and I was in tears at the Chatterbox Club. So, I get to introduce and leave the stage. So now the rest of the story is yours to tell. I officially introduce you to Jay, Meenal, and Alexa. Welcome them.
Thank you so much, Christine. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jay Marathe, and I'm here with my wife, Meenal, and my granddaughter, Alexia. Thanks for inviting us to this special event. Lately, Facebook has been in the news. Have you ever worried about the effects of social media and bullying? Have you ever imagined headlines being your life? Do you want to hear the story of a young woman's triumph against all odds? Meenal is going to tell you the real story and about the dark side of the social media like Facebook and how it hurt us and how Alexia triumphed over them. Here is Meenal.
Good evening. Imagine your 16-year-old granddaughter calling you in the middle of the night. Come get me, her voice shaking. If you don't, I don't know what I'm going to do. Imagine what happens to your heart when you hear this. Where do I turn? How do I get help for this precious girl I remember holding in my arms? We were hopeless, helpless, and stunned. Our precious granddaughter, at this stage of her life, the awful parts of life. With a lump in my throat and tears in my eyes, let me introduce to you our sweet Alexia, who triumphed with support and kindness from the Villa of Hope, who changed our lives and her life. Let me invite you to hear my precious Lexi and how she thrived with support from the community behind her. My name is Meenal. This is my husband, Jay, and please welcome Alexia.
I'm Lexi. I'm a 2017 graduate of the Avalon School at Villa of Hope. Look at me. My hunch is that you think you're seeing a stereotypical girl. And I am. Like many, I'm a granddaughter, a sister, a student, and I'm also a young woman who overcame drug addiction, rose above the bullies, and found the strength to live and love my life. I'm normally not one to share my struggles with many people, but this is very important to me. 2015, I start my junior year at a Greece high school. It was a great start the first 2 weeks. I liked my teachers, classes, and schedule. Not too long into the school year, my group of friends and I split off and went our separate ways. What I didn't expect was that some of those girls would start spreading rumors about me. These girls were now ganging up with other girls and were bashing me on social media. I became very sad and lonely, and it was around this time I was diagnosed with severe depression. I started a day treatment program to learn how to cope and ended up picking up a few coping skills of my own. Alcohol, cocaine, and marijuana. But it only helped until I became sober again. But what was already bad became much worse when some of my friends asked me to hang out. It was about 2 a.m. I called my grandma, never expecting to have to tell her not only did I lie to her about where I was, but I had just been beat up by multiple people and needed her to get me. My grandma got me, and yeah, she grounded me, and yeah, she took my phone. But that wasn't the worst part. A couple days later, I learned someone was on my Facebook pretending to be me. I'd never felt so hurt and so alone and so helpless in my life. And that following week, I attempted suicide for the first time. For the next 6 months, I was in and out of inpatient. By this time, I was barely sober. I survived the bullying, and I found that little bit of light I needed to keep going in life. My care coordinator, Carrie, told me about Avalon. At first, I was resentful against even looking to attend there, but eventually I agreed to tour the place, mainly to shut my grandparents up. Once I got there and toured, I realized this is it. I can finally get the help I need. No more bullies, no more constant anxiety attacks, no more feeling trapped. And the next day, I did something I told myself I would never do. I picked up the phone and called the principal, Christina Schermerhorn, and told her I want in. Then I met Ruth Schwartzwelder, my social worker, and she was like an angel sent from above. She was there for me as my social worker, but she was much more than that to me. She was on my case to get work done, would be the one unafraid to tell me when I messed up, and would recognize when I did outstanding at something. And with the work I put in and her help was why I was able to graduate in 2017. If it was, thank you. If it wasn't for Avalon and the Villa, I promise you I would not be here today. Today, I'm a freshman at Monroe Community College, majoring in human services in hopes to one day become a social worker and work at the Villa. Until then, I continue working with the Villa to share my story in hopes to help other kids, teens, and families not go through what I did. And if they are going through what I did, letting them know they are not alone. Because when you work with the Villa, you're never alone. Can you imagine what would happen if you empowered one other young person who went through even a portion of what I did? Let alone the thousands who are going through this now? What is possible if we say as a community, this is not going to happen here? Thank you.